So I've been thinking about starting a UFO knit-along, UFO meaning unfinished objects, and as I laid all of my unfinished objects out here on the counter, I realized that it's really a necessity for me. I think I could really use the encouragement of other people who are working on their UFOs, and we can maybe encourage each other to get finish some things up so we can move on to other things. I like to use my UFOs as motivation, telling myself that if I finish one, I can start another one. But I think maybe, in my case, I need to finish two before I start another one. So here are all my projects that are currently in process. The first one is this Sylvie jacket from the Twist Collective online magazine. I just was enthralled with this the minute I saw it. So I got some Cadena. I think this is the Leapfrog color, kind of a light green. And I'm starting on the sleeves. I'm going to save the back panel for the very end. That's the fun panel with all the cables and the, I don't know if you can see that, and the flowers. Saving that for the end. The rest of it's seed stitch, so it's a little boring. Definitely going to need some encouragement to get going on this full-length coat. Well, I guess knee length. Anyway, big. Number two here is, I always like to have a lace project going. So my current one is the Ladies Circular Cape from the Victorian Lace Today book, one of my favorite books. So here, this is Shadow lace yarn in, I forget the color, spring green maybe? With the limey green. I think you'll notice as I move on to project number 3 that I had a thing for green there for a while and bought a bunch of it. So I'm knitting another Positano tote. I did one for my sister for Christmas, and this is number 2. This one's for me in green, of course. And this one's a little farther along. I have both the front and the back going, and here's the bottom and part of one side. So a little more progress on that one. This is some yarn I bought at the last Stitches Midwest show that we went to, and it's some hand-dyed from Interlacements. It's gorgeous, and it's called Oregon, which I like because I grew up in Oregon. And I'm actually using the same, you can't tell here probably, but the same stitch pattern as the Positano tote. It's a herringbone. There we go, good shot of that. A really pretty herringbone. And I'm using it to break up the hand-dyed so it doesn't pool. And I'm also alternating every row on the balls because there's a little bit of difference between the two balls. Then I have projects which I haven't started, but I, in my world, need to count as UFOs because they're really important that I get them done. This is some little fingering weight feltable yarn. We used to carry it called Memories. It's kind of old now. We don't have it anymore in Knit Picks, but I'm going to felt a little case for my flip minnow because I've dropped it a couple of times. This is becoming a kind of an urgent need. I need some more protection for my little camcorder. And then this is my big pile of Swish worsted yarn that I'm going to make Christmas gifts out of. And I can't tell you what they are because I know some of my family members are on the knitting community. So I don't want to ruin the surprise, but since these are time sensitive, I am going to count them as UFOs, even though I haven't started, because it's important that I probably should get going. I have to knit 9 things out of this pile of yarn. So those are my UFOs, or what I'm considering UFOs. So I would love it if anyone else who wants to join this knit along sends in photos of their UFOs or videos. I just think it would be fun to see what everyone is working on.